The privatization of public education has been an issue that has been brewing since the 1980s, when national reports highlighted lower academic performance. The privatization movement was born with the purpose of improving public schools. That was a lot of information. Let's break it down. According to dictionary.com, privatization involves moving goods or services from the public sector or government control into private ownership or operation. The public sector is run by the government and is funded by tax money. The private sector is run by private businesses and corporations, and in order to make profit, they have to offer us goods and services that we want or need at competitive prices and quality. For example, the United States Postal Service is part of the public sector, while UPS and FedEx are part of the private sector. Now, what is privatization in regard to education? What does it mean for education to be private? It turns out it gets a little more complex when it comes to privatizing an institution such as education. While charter and private schools are both part of the privatization movement, they differ in organization. Like public schools, charters are public, which means there is no tuition requirement, and they're also government funded. But like private schools, charter schools are subject to looser regulations and hence can hire and fire personnel, design curriculum, and promote their own values, ideas, and beliefs as they see fit. Also, for both charter and private schools, there is flexibility when it comes to teacher certification requirements. Private schools are sponsored by non-government institutions, hold non-profit status, and require tuition to attend. See, not as straightforward definition when it comes to an institution. Supporters of the privatization movement believe that privatization will encourage competition, which in turn will result in better quality of schools and education. You see, in order to remain open, private and charter schools must attract enough students. They essentially compete in a market of schools with their education as a product and families as clients. This would increase accountability and force them to constantly improve and succeed. However, this raises the concern of increased inequality, since admission requirements, transportation costs, and limited information can prevent more disadvantaged students from attending these private and charter schools. Moreover, when it is said that private schools compete in the market of schools, it is not only a figure of speech. More often than not, it is business people and politicians who are making the decisions for how a school is going to be run, not the education community. In some cases, the principal actually holds the title of CEO instead of principal. We must be reminded of the reasons why public education emerged to start with. Public education emerged to make education accessible to all children all over the world and to provide them with opportunities as citizens. The privatization movement was born with the purpose of improving public schools. It is true that the public education system is flawed, but privatization is not the solution. Administrators, teachers, parents, and students need to take a stand to improve the public education system. You must elect leaders that have education in their top priorities. Get involved in your child's school. Support efforts to improve school facilities and classroom instruction. The complex issue of privatization of public education is not about whether private schools and charters work or not, and it is not about making profit. It is actually the issue of restoring the public education system. You can have an impact on every child receiving the quality education they deserve.